When something is free, we rarely stop to ask why. We just take it. The free trial, the free upgrade, the free service, the free shipping, the free social network promising to connect you to the world. Free feels like a gift, a reward, a clever hack that lets us walk around the rules of economics. Free feels like we've found a loophole, but in history, in business, in politics, and in human psychology, free is never free. It is a strategy, a lever, a trade, and often a trap. This is the story of how free became the most powerful price in the modern world, and why everything you think you are getting for nothing is quietly costing you far more than you realize. Welcome to the financial civilization, where money, power, and human incentives collide. 1. The oldest trick in economics people assume free is modern, a digital age phenomenon born out of apps and algorithms. But the idea goes back thousands of years. Ancient rulers handed out free grain to the masses to secure loyalty. Medieval markets gave out free samples to lure customers into costly purchases. Shamans offered free blessings, knowing donations would follow. Free has always been the bait. The Romans understood it so well they had a phrase for it: panem et circenses, bread and circuses. Give the people enough free pleasure, and they'll overlook everything else. But in each of these examples, the price of free wasn't monetary. It was control. It was dependency. It was attention. It was loyalty. For every free grain of wheat handed out in Rome, citizens paid with a piece of something far more valuable, their consent. Fast forward to the modern world, and the tactic hasn't changed, just the packaging has. To the psychology of zero behavioral economists discovered something unsettling. The human brain loses its ability to make rational decisions when the cost hits zero. Free is not a price. It is an emotional trigger. If something costs $1, we evaluate it. If it costs $0, we grab it, even if it's worthless. Experiments show people will choose a free chocolate they guarantee like over a better one that costs a tiny amount. We fear missing out on a good deal more than we fear acquiring something useless. Companies know this. Governments know this. Platforms know this. Which raises a crucial question. If free can override rationality, who benefits from our irrational choices? Not us. Free is not designed to help the user. Free is designed to help the provider. Let's break down how the business model of free. You are not the customer when a company offers something for free. It's usually because you are not the customer. You are the product. This is the business model of the modern internet. Social networks are free because what they extract from you, your data, your attention, your behavior, your purchasing habits, is far more valuable than a subscription fee. Google is free because your searches train its algorithms. Facebook is free because your scrolling sells ads. TikTok is free because your preferences train a global influence engine. Email is free because your inbox is a billboard. Navigation apps are free because your movement patterns are a commodity. Free is not the absence of cost. It is the redirection of cost from your wallet to your identity. You don't pay money. You pay with data, with time, with addiction, with privacy, and most importantly, with predictability. Your behavior becomes the product sold to advertisers, political campaigns, intelligence agencies, and anyone else willing to pay. The irony is that the most lucrative industries in the world, advertising, behavioral analytics, social media, produce nothing tangible. They mine human attention, and their raw material is everything we willingly give them for free. For the dark art of subsidized convenience, free doesn't just manipulate individuals. It restructures entire industries. Think about free shipping, free returns, free 2-day delivery. Convenience feels like a gift from above, but someone pays the price. Warehouse workers, delivery drivers, small businesses that can't compete. The environment strained by hyperlogistics and consumers locked into ecosystems where leaving becomes impossible. Free shipping isn't a perk, it's a market weapon. Retail giants use it to kill competition, absorb market share, and trap consumers inside walled gardens. Once no competitors remain, the free perks disappear and prices quietly rise. This phenomenon has a name: predatory subsidization. Phase 1, give everything away for free. Phase 2, drive competitors out. Phase 3, raise prices once you own the market. Phase 4, monetize access to the system you control. Ride-sharing did this. Food delivery did this. Digital streaming did this. Airlines, telecom companies, cable companies, all followed the same script. The world of free is not a playground. It's a battleground. 5. The hidden cost of free trials are another powerful psychological hack. Most people believe a free trial is a risk-free test of a product. But statistically, companies know. A large percentage of people forget to cancel. Many underestimate friction, how hard cancellation is made. Once you use a product for 2 weeks, your brain begins to form habits around it. The free trial is not a gift. It's a behavioral conditioning tactic. It leverages something called status quo bias. Once something becomes part of your routine, you perceive the loss of it as more painful than the cost to keep it. The trial isn't free. It costs you your inertia. 6. Free money. The most dangerous illusion: free doesn't only distort businesses, it can distort entire economies. When governments offer free money, stimulus checks, subsidies, bailouts, tax holiday programs, people feel relief. They believe the economy is being stabilized. But the hidden costs unfold later. Inflation, public debt, distorted markets, moral hazard, cheap or free capital encourages risky behavior. Companies that should fail survive. Speculation replaces productivity. Assets inflate, and when the bubble bursts, the bill lands on taxpayers who never benefited from the boom. The 2008 financial crisis, the 2020 stimulus wave, massive bailouts across Europe, Japan's decades of near-zero interest rates, each followed the same pattern. Nothing is free. Costs simply get delayed, or distributed, or shifted, or hidden, but they always return. 7. When nations use free as strategy. Some governments use free goods as geopolitical tools. A country might subsidize key industries, steel, solar panels, microchips, rare earths, so they can flood the world with products sold below cost. Competitors collapse, dependency forms. Market power shifts. This hidden subsidy transforms free into an economic weapon. Cheap goods can reshape global supply chains. Cheap loans can trap foreign governments in debt. Cheap infrastructure can buy political influence. Cheap labor can dominate entire sectors of the global economy. The cost becomes geopolitical leverage. The history of empire is filled with examples. From Britain's dumping of textiles on India, to the U.S. subsidizing agriculture, to modern industrial strategies reshaping manufacturing. Free is not generosity. Free is influence. 8. The paradox of the zero-price economy, the global shift toward free, is creating a paradox. We have more access to content than ever, but artists earn less. We have free communication platforms, but loneliness increases. We have free information online, but misinformation spreads faster. We have free entertainment, but attention spans shrink. We have free apps that connect people, but the platforms profit more the more divided we become. By removing price from the equation, we distort the incentives behind the products themselves. If a social network makes money through subscriptions, it tries to make users happy. But if it makes money through advertising, it tries to keep users addicted, outraged, scrolling. Free flips the goal of the product. You stop becoming the customer, you become the fuel. 9. The ecology of free. Who pays? The hidden cost of free can fall on 1. Workers, people who enable the infrastructure of free shipping, free same-day delivery, and free access often pay with long hours, unsafe conditions, and low wages. In the environment, free returns mean billions of pounds of goods get landfilled. Free delivery means more trucks on the road. Free digital content means massive energy consumption in data centers. 3. Small businesses, unable to compete with subsidized prices from giants, they disappear, taking innovation and diversity with them. For the consumer, ironically, when monopoly forms, prices rise, choice falls, quality drops, and the free world becomes exponentially more expensive than the paid one. 5. Society, when platforms use free to centralize power, democracy becomes vulnerable to manipulation, misinformation, and polarization. The cost of free is paid by everyone except the entity offering it. 10. The subscription reversal, a fascinating shift is happening now. After a decade of free content dominating the internet, paid content is resurging. Creators are turning to Patreon, Substack, paid podcasts, paid newsletters. Users are slowly rediscovering that quality has value, and that free has hidden costs they no longer want to pay. People are realizing paying with money is simpler, safer, and healthier than paying with your data, time, or privacy. Subscription fatigue is real, but it's also a sign of markets recalibrating towards sustainability after years of artificial abundance. Free distorted the ecosystem. Paid is restoring it. Slowly. 11. The human cost of free. This is the part most people overlook. Free doesn't just distort markets, it distorts the human mind. We stop valuing things we don't pay for. We become impatient, demanding, entitled. We forget the labor behind the things we consume. We take creators, workers, and products for granted. Free changes expectations. It teaches us that everything should be cheap, immediate, convenient. It sets standards no real economy can sustain. And then we wonder why burnout is rising, why wages stagnate, why quality plummets, why everything feels disposable, why nothing feels meaningful. A world addicted to free becomes a world unable to value anything. 12. The hidden cost of free time. There's another kind of free one we misunderstand the most. Free time, people crave it, fantasize about it, buy products and services designed to give them more of it. But free time isn't free either. You pay for it by trading, income, career advancement, social opportunities, personal development, or even identity. Humans are happiest when their time is used purposefully, not when it is free. The real cost of free time is personal direction, which raises a deeper question. If free is often just a disguise for hidden trade-offs, what does a healthy version of free look like? 13. When free actually works, free can be beneficial if incentives are aligned. Open source software built by communities for shared benefit. Public education, a collective investment in future productivity. Public health care, a system where the population thrives and costs fall long term. Public libraries knowledge without gatekeepers. Free leisure spaces, parks, museums, community centers, promoting social well-being, the difference. These systems are not free because nobody pays. They're free because everyone pays together. The cost is transparent. The benefit is shared. The incentive is aligned. This is the difference between a public good and a corporate tactic. One enriches society, the other exploits behavior. 14. How to recognize the true cost of free whenever something is free? Ask 1. Who pays for this? If not you, then who? 2. What incentive does free create? Is it promoting positive or harmful behavior? 3. What behavior does the provider want from you? Consumption, data, loyalty, addiction. 4. What does accepting this prevent me from doing? Free products often lock you into walled gardens. 5. What would this product look like if I had to pay for it? Often the paid version would be healthier, safer, and more sustainable. Awareness is not paranoia, it's protection. 15. The final paradox: humans have always dreamed of a world where everything is free. Free food, free energy, free services, free access. But the paradox is that free can destroy value if used incorrectly. It can hollow out industries, erode culture, cheapen labor, and distort incentives. Free is not the opposite of expensive. Free is the opposite of valued. When everything is free, nothing is worth anything. And when nothing is worth anything, the system collapses, socially, economically, and psychologically. The deepest truth about free is this: free things shape us more than paid things do, because paid things affect our wallets, but free things affect our minds. The most dangerous price in the world is zero, not because it costs nothing, but because it hides everything. 16. The lesson. If this script gives you a new perspective, here is the takeaway. Nothing in life is truly free. There is always a giver, there is always a taker, there is always a cost, and there is always a trade. Understanding that doesn't make you cynical, it makes you sovereign. The world runs on incentives, and incentives run the world. Those who see the hidden cost of free navigate life with clarity. Those who don't become part of someone else's business model, and once you understand how free works, you'll never look at anything the same way again.